So today I am building a 1948 little, I don't know what this is, little tiny house. I don't know. It's not really a tiny house, but it's small. Um, so obviously I'm basing this off of the original floor plan that I just found on Google. So really, if you want to get any like vintage or historical floor plan, it's really easy to find a lot. So I think that's because, like I think I stated in the last video, at this time, um, catalogs full of floor plans and houses and ideas for your house and stuff like that were extremely popular and common to find, because people in this time, like post-war, they were all needing houses. And so there were a lot of like construction firms who would just build and build and build houses. But a lot of times people would just shop for the floor plan they liked, purchase the plan, and then hire someone to build it. And they'd purchase a plot of land to build it on. So I think that was the idea behind this one, just the way that it's phrased in the ad. And it gave you the choice of, I think, actually 4 different floor plans. And so I'm doing, in the picture, it's the leftmost one, but it's labeled as number 4. And it's just the one that doesn't have a basement because I didn't want to deal with stairs and basements and all that. It's annoying sometimes. So this one, instead of a basement, it actually has a storage room. But I ended up getting rid of that too, because it's The Sims and you can't have everything be exactly the way that it was in real life. I tried though. I really freaking tried. Another thing you will notice is that there's a bunch of stuff in the back. That's just because this time I wanted to save a bit of time in finding the right items. So I just kind of picked them first and stuck them in the back so that I wouldn't have to spend so long deciding what to put in here. I don't know if people realize how long it takes to film one of these, because I'm a slow builder, I think. I think a lot of the people on YouTube who have been doing this for a really long time have gotten the hang of it and can do it really fast. I take a long time. So choosing the stuff first really, really cut down some time because this took about 2 hours to build. So yeah, 1940s furniture is pretty chunky. And there was a lot, when I was looking at pictures, there was a lot of floral designs or plaid. I really wish we had these couches in plaid, but we don't. And it's really unfortunate, because that would have been perfect, but these are pretty close. And then kitchens, in this time, they were starting to move away from using big, clunky furniture, as kitchen pieces. So if you look at like 1930s, there were a lot more like giant cabinets or tables in kitchens instead of countertops like built in, because kitchens were kind of becoming more of a thing that were less for like what would you call it, like a nanny or something like that, and more just for the wife, because obviously a lot of wives were left at home at this time, and cooking was taking a weird turn where people were making a lot of jello molds and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but kitchens basically were solidifying their place at this time for what was to be expected in a kitchen. So that's why you start to see a lot bigger kitchens in this time than what you used to have in like the 20s and the 10s and stuff like that. Or teens. Do people call it the teens? I don't know what they call it. But yeah, anyways, that's my spiel on that. So a few other things to note if you decide to download this house off the gallery, because I uploaded it there before I play tested it because I didn't want to have to deal with moving the sim out and stuff like that. I'm lazy. They the mailbox will show up inside the house. So you have to take that out. What else? The bathtub is facing the wrong way, so the sim can't use it. So you got to flip it around, and then it's fine, but you just have to flip it around. And then the way I put the dresser in, the sim can't walk between the bed and the dresser because it's a really tiny room. And I think at one point I tried to make it bigger, but it really just threw off the proportions of the living room and the bedroom, so I decided not to. But in doing that, it just means the bedroom's kind of too small to have the furniture that people typically would have in a home at that time. While they were moving away from clunky furniture in the kitchen, they still had a lot of big clunky furniture in the bedrooms, and people still had vanities and stuff like that in their bedrooms, and I really wanted to put one of those in here, but it didn't fit. So compromises, I guess. I will say also the bed, the master bedroom bed, is not entirely 40s like at all, but I didn't like the options that we had. And I was thinking of it more in trying to go for the more cost effective route instead of picking the one that was the most 40s. So this one it's not terrible. It's just not really true to the style, I guess. But I didn't want to put in like a $1,500 bed in there for just the aesthetic reasons. So you get what you get, basically. You can change it if you want to. It's not a big deal. Yeah, the living room, I also wanted to put a radio because that definitely would have been in most 1940s homes. But the radios that we have just don't really work with the time period. They're not very accurate. So I decided to leave it out. In the 1940s, radios were more like pieces of furniture. So they looked kind of like a dresser in a way. They're big and tall usually, but we don't, like, the closest thing we have to it is the jukebox, but that really is not 1940s at all. So, another funny thing about this house, I don't understand in the floor plan where they wanted the fireplace to go because in the picture you can see, and I did it that way, that what is it called? Where the fireplace comes out, where the smoke comes out. I don't know what that's called. Oh my God. The chimney. There we go. The chimney is right in the middle of the roof. So it's right like dead center middle of the house. There was no way, with the way that the hallway is, the doors are, there's no way for there to be a fireplace like in any of the plans. I really don't understand where they put it, but whatever. I just did it because I wanted it to look the same as the photo. Oh, so here's why I got rid of the storage room. The dining table just really didn't fit well with the space in the kitchen. So at this time, I think it was for the sake of cost and having smaller homes, was a lot cheaper. So there weren't necessarily full-on dining rooms in a lot of houses at this time. A lot of people just had dinettes or little spaces to eat in the kitchen. Like that was their dining room. So, eat-in kitchen, that's what that's called. So I kept the wall like open with that little archway trick that I use like in every house now because I can't stand the arches. To keep it sort of with the same idea, like it's an eat-in kitchen kind of, but it's slightly separated. So yeah, I don't know. It doesn't entirely match the plan, obviously, but maybe this person, whoever made up fantasy thing in my head, they decided to add it and take down a wall. I don't know why they would do that, but whatever. That's the fake people in my head who did that. This I don't know where I was going with that. This bedroom is really generic. It could be a kid, it could be a teenager, it could be, if you take out the toys, it could be a brother living in here. I don't know. So, yeah, I pretty much do all of my kids' bedrooms like in this very similar way, just because they're made up children who, like, I haven't personalized it in any way, basically. But it's cute, I guess. I don't know. I have the same ideas every time I make a kid's bedroom. I just do the same thing every time. Very unoriginal. The landscaping's really basic. I tried to copy the photo as much as I could. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't do screenshots at the end of this one because I forgot to, and I don't feel like going back and doing that. So if you like this video, please like it, and thank you for watching. I hope you download it. Okay, bye.